Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Taylor.
And you're listening to Nefarious. We are two 911 night shift dispatchers that decided to give our perspective on cases and events that happen before and after the emergency call. We cope with difficult situations, calls, and life with dark humor. We mean no disrespect. Our intentions are always to research and present information correctly and truthfully.
Warning: the audio you're about to hear is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so this case is actually going to have 3 separate 911 calls, and this is the first.
Gilbert Police, this is Denise. Can I help you?
I need a police officer to be come to 530 West Tumbleweed Road.
What's the address?
530 West Tumbleweed Road.
What's the street name one more time, ma'am?
Tumbleweed?
Tumbleweed?
Mm-hmm.
530 West Tumbleweed Road in Gilbert?
Yes.
Okay, what do you need assistance with, ma'am?
Domestic violence. He's going a blist in the house, and he's ruined the freaking garage door, and I want...
And who is he, your husband? Are you speaking about your husband, ma'am?
That boyfriend.
What is it that he's doing? What is it he's doing, ma'am?
Oh, my God! He's
Hello?
All right, this is the second call.
Where's your emergency?
530 West Tumbleweed Road, Gilbert, Arizona 85233.
530 West Tumbleweed in Gilbert. What's going on there?
There was gunshots, and my mom and my niece and my sister are all on the floor. They think they're dead.
You said gunshots and
my mom.
Okay, tell me, what about your mom?
It was my mom's boyfriend, JT Reddy. They were fighting, they were screaming. I was in my room, and now they're all dead.
Okay, where did you hear the gunshot?
I heard it coming from outside. The front door's open. They're all lying on the floor. There's blood.
Okay, who's been shot? Do you know?
My mom, Lisa Medeiros. My sister, Amber
Your
Medeiros.
mom's been shot?
My mom, my sister, and my niece. Please,
Your mom, your sister, and your niece have all been shot?
Yes.
Okay, we've had officers on the way.
Okay.
Where is he at?
I don't know. I think he's gone. The front door's open. I just heard gunshots. I was in my room, and I come out, and they're all on the floor, and there's blood.
Do you know where he's at or where the gun is?
I don't think he has lots of guns in the garage. They were fighting. There was really loud fighting.
You think he's in the garage? You think he's in the garage?
I don't know where he is. I think he left. I don't know. I'm
Do you know
scared.
if he has a vehicle?
Yes, he has a black car.
A black car?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
nice.
what kind of car is it?
I don't know what kind of car it is.
Is it a 2-door or a 4-door?
It's a 4-door.
It's a 4-door?
It's a small vehicle.
Okay, it's a passenger car, and do you know, do you know, anything else about it? Do you know a license plate or if it's registered to him?
It's registered to him. That's all I know.
And is your boyfriend, what is his name?
It's not my boyfriend. It's my mom's boyfriend.
Oh, it's the mom's boyfriend? Okay, what is his name?
JT Reddy. Jason Reddy. Jason Reddy.
Jason Reddy. And this is 530 West Tumbleweed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you happen to know, ma'am, do you happen to know what his, how old he is?
I think he's 30-something. I don't know.
30-something? Okay. And how about, do you know where he lives?
He lives with my mom here. He's been staying here. He doesn't...
Okay. Okay. Do you know, have you heard anything else? Where are you at in the house?
I'm in my room.
Okay, where is that?
It's, there's the front door. You turn right, there's a hallway, and then I'm in my room.
Okay, hallway, go right, and then you're in the room?
Yeah, there's the front door, hallway, Northwest. Brittany.
Okay. Are you injured at all?
Well, no, I'm not injured. I was sleeping in my bed. Please.
Okay. Did he know you were in the house?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to stay, Brittany, I want you to stay where you're at, okay? We have an officer already there and others on the way. Tell me if you, okay, Brittany, you're doing a really good job, okay? Okay, do you have any idea if JC is still in the house?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Are you out of your bedroom? Where are you at?
No, I'm still in my bedroom.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
And you said the door is closed, right?
Yeah, it's closed.
What are you wearing, Brittany?
I'm wearing a red shirt and black shorts.
Black shorts and what?
And a red shirt.
Red shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what Jason was wearing?
No, I don't know what he's wearing.
What's that?
I don't know what he's wearing.
Okay, what does Jason do for a living?
He goes to the border with his friends. They're not
What does he do for a living, though? What is
He doesn't work. He goes to the sites. He goes to the border, and with their guns, they go and try to find Mexicans with narcotics.
So, okay, so does he have an undercover job of some sort?
No, he doesn't work at all. He just sits at my house.
Okay.
And he was trying to go for sheriff or something, and I don't know if that went anywhere, but...
Okay. Do you know, okay, I'm hoping that you can help me a little bit, Brittany. You're doing a great job. Can we talk about Jason just a little bit more as far as, do you know if he has a stash of weapons in the house at all?
Yes, in the garage.
Okay.
And I think there's a gun in my mom's room. It's really small.
Brittany?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Jason a little bit more. I have to ask you all these questions, but you're helping us, okay? Because we're trying to help everybody as much as we can. So, can you think back about when you saw Jason today, what he may have been wearing?
I didn't see him at all this morning.
You haven't seen him at all? Okay.
No, the last time I saw him was last night before I went to bed.
Okay. Brittany, if you can stay with me, okay? If you can stay with me, I've got officers at your house, but I don't want you to go anywhere, okay? I want you to stay right where you are until they're coming into your house. Brittany, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Brittany, okay, listen to me. Officers are coming into your house. Do not do anything unless I tell you, okay?
Okay.
Do not do anything, okay?
No, they're coming in my room.
Okay. If they're, are they?
I don't know if JC's here or not.
Are you talking to officers?
Yeah.
Brittany, they're out with you?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go and hang up with you then, okay? If they're good with me hanging up with you.
It'd only be JT that was okay.
Are they wanting you to hang up the phone?
No, not yet. They're getting me. Come on, man.
officer so I
I'm
can
with an
talk to the
officer.
officer?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to disconnect with you or stay on the phone with you?
I don't hope I talk anymore.
Okay, I will let you talk to the officer if the officer's okay with that. Do you want to hand the officer the phone for a second?
Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead and have a talk. Who is it?
This is radio. This is
It's
Nancy.
Samuel. It's Samuel.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey,
1426.
okay, and I'll let you.
I'm gonna hang up this line, okay?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
All right. And there's one more 911 call that came in for this incident.
Hello.
Hi, this is the 911 operator. We just received a call from your cell phone. Is everything okay?
Well, there are two officers that are here. There are our neighbor. There were shots fired. Two people are lying on the front doorstep. There are two cruisers that are here.
Okay, what's the address there?
My address is Gilbert.
Okay, did you see anybody leave the residence?
I did not. I was in my backyard when shots were fired. The neighbor that it happened at, he is a United States Border Patrol agent. So I have no idea what happened. Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay, so he's a U.S. Border Patrol agent. Do you know what his name is?
Jason.
Last
I do
name?
not know his last. I do not know his last name. We just moved in. This is. I only know his first name.
Okay, and you just heard the shots. Is that correct?
I heard about 6 shots. It happened about 5 to 10 minutes ago. I walked out front just to see if everything was okay, and it looked like there was an officer, a man in uniform, down, and another man that possibly could have been Jason. As soon as I saw that, I went back in my house.
Okay, so did you actually see Jason?
I don't know if it was Jason. The way he was laying, it was a heavy-set man, which Jason is a heavy-set male. He was not in uniform, but the other agent, or the other man that was there, was in what looked to be a law enforcement uniform, blue uniform. It looked like both of them had shots or blood, at least, coming from their heads. There are two cruisers outside. They do have 2 officers that are yelling.
Yes, we do have officers. We're just trying to get what other information we can as far as what actually happened. Can the officers contact you if needed?
Absolutely.
Your last
My
name?
Bud Moyer, Moyer.
First name?
Bud, Budd.
Okay, and your phone number? Okay, and give me your address one more time.
That's one word. Road,
Okay.
Gilbert, Arizona, 85266.
Okay, I've got that information. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so those are the 3 calls involving this incident. So on May 3rd, 2012, Lisa Lynn Medeiros, who was 47, is the one we heard on the first 911 call.
That was the mom.
Yeah, that was the mom. She is asking police to come help her with a domestic violence situation.
She was pretty calm at first.
At first, yes. And then you hear her screaming, "Oh my God, he's got a gun, no." And then seconds later, the dispatcher hears gunshots over the line, which is, I mean, we've been there. We've heard that. And it's a terrible situation. And then the line goes dead. The second call came in from Brittany Medeiros, and that's the one in which, that's the longer call, which she says that her mom, sister, and niece have been shot. And that is inside the home because she is in her bedroom, and she has seen those 3 people inside the home. The third call that we heard, it was actually a 911 hang-up that came in, and the dispatcher, once they've handled the situation, had called the 911 hang-up back, not knowing it was related. And she then spoke with Bud Moyer, who had said that he heard 2 shots, saw 2 people laying down in the doorstep area in front of the house. So separate scene from what Brittany was saying inside the home with the 3 females.
So not the mom and the niece or whatever she said.
Right. He sees 2 males down. He advised that he heard shots, saw 2 people lay on the doorstep in front of the house. He also identified the neighbor as a border patrol agent.
Yeah, I had that question because the daughter had said, like, he goes to the border for, like, guns and drugs and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, maybe he works border patrol. And then she said he didn't have a job or something along those lines.
Oh, we will definitely get into all that.
Okay.
And he also identified, he said that he reported 2 males, one that could have been an officer that appeared to be shot.
Yeah, because he had the blue uniform.
Yeah,
right.
So the dispatcher had said that we have units on scene. Bud Moyer, the neighbor, had advised that he saw 2 patrol cars in front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you have officers on scene. And this person is reporting someone who appears to be an officer down.
Yeah.
So total chaos.
Mm-hmm.
With the first call, like we've taken those domestic calls. We've taken some calls with shots fired on the call itself. So that's already a bad situation.
Yeah.
We get into the second call because the first call was very short.
And when that line goes dead after something like that, like that's just...
Oh, that pit in your stomach.
Yes.
You don't know.
You never dial faster.
You don't. The second call, you get a lot more information. So that kind of explains the first call because this is Brittany Medeiros, and she is advising that her mother, who we now know as Lisa Medeiros from the first call, has been shot in addition to the sister and a niece. So at this point, we know that we now have 3 victims just on that call alone. With her call, she's advising that she doesn't know where her mom's boyfriend is. So it's possibly an active shooter situation. Now, based on the first 911 call, they already had law enforcement en route because this is a domestic situation with shots fired on the call. So everyone's running emergency traffic to this call. Mm-hmm. And then you get this one where you have 3 victims that you're aware of based on this caller, and she doesn't know where he is. So you can still have like an active shooter situation.
Well, I hate to Monday morning quarterback it, but like the dispatcher on the second call, she kept asking questions, which is great. But like I was almost worried about the safety of the caller.
Yeah.
I know several minutes in, she was like,
are you in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Is the door closed?
But like you didn't know where he was. She was like, not out and about, but she was not like in a secure location. I mean, I don't know where she could have went but at the very least she could have barricaded a door.
Correct.
And
yeah.
I don't know. that was my immediate thought was like, you're asking these questions about stuff, but I mean, again,
no,
I can't imagine.
I completely get it. It's a hysterical situation. I think she was trying to obtain as much information about JT Reddy, which is this guy's name, as she possibly could.
But she didn't know he was there, if he was there or not. So that's what made me nervous. I was like waiting for him to come back in.
And so she's asking for like a vehicle description.
Because she said he knew she was there.
Yeah. So you have your caller is a potential, at this point, 4th victim. Mm-hmm. So you have to try to be concerned for her safety while still obtaining information.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like she said that he's armed. You know, shots have already been fired based on the 2 calls that you've received. He has what seems to be an arsenal of weapons in the garage. Based on her reports that he goes to the border with his friends and takes guns and hunts Hispanic people and narcotics. Like, you don't know how much training he has. Because at this point, she's just saying that he goes there. You don't know if he's actually a border patrol agent.
That was just my first thought, like, based off the description.
Oh, yeah. So
but then when she was like, he didn't have a job, he just sits in my mom's house, I was like, oh, maybe not.
Exactly.
Maybe not.
And then on the third call, you get into, you have officers on scene. You have a caller that's reporting what appears to be an officer down, which is absolute worst case scenario. Like, I'm not saying that we don't care about the safety of all people, but at the end of the day, as a dispatcher, our main priority is to get our people home safe at the end of their shift.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you have officers on scene, you're receiving this report, and these are 2 males. So your second call is reporting 2 females and a child down. Mm-hmm. You now have 2 males. So
well, no, it was 3 females because it was a niece, sister,
yeah,
and a
so,
mom.
Yeah,
so 3 females.
So 3 females. You now have 2 males outside the residence. So you have 5 victims. And based on just this information alone, you still don't know where your active shooter is. Because that's what we would consider this at this point. Like,
Yes.
This is an ongoing active scene. And you can't nail down where the actual shooter is at this moment. I did like on the second call where the dispatcher tried to get like a vehicle description.
Clothing description.
Yeah, clothing description. All the things that we're trained to get just to be able to give those responders some type of information to look for them on the way to the
This
scene.
is so random, but like I don't know if a lot of people realize that the moment you call, it starts recording, not when we answer. You kind of heard that at the beginning of that call.
Yeah,
I thought that was like
the second call, you hear her screaming. So the moment that call goes through the system, it's already recording before the dispatcher ever picks up. So we're still able to capture the information. Of course, the dispatcher didn't hear that, but she was still able to get all the pertinent information. So there was a total of 5 people killed in this incident.
Oh no.
Lisa Lynn Medeiros, 47, which was the original caller. She was also Reddy's girlfriend. You have Lisa's daughter, Amber Medeiros, who is 23 years old. Amber's 15-month-old daughter. So,
Stop it.
Yeah, 15. So some sources said 15 months, some said 16, and I read one that said 18
But
months.
baby, yeah.
A baby.
I mean, I hate,
absolutely.
I hate any of them, but like, damn.
Amber's boyfriend, Jim, he went by Jam Bob Hoyt, who was 24 years old, and he was a veteran who had served in Afghanistan.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you have the shooter, who is Jason Todd, JT.
Oh, so
Reddy.
who got him?
He actually killed himself.
Good.
So he killed...
Sorry.
Yeah, no. We do not feel sorry for him at all.
But good.
He had killed 3 adults, a baby, and then killed himself. The baby, Lily, was her name. She still had signs of life on scene and was pronounced dead a short time later at the hospital. Everyone else was pronounced dead on scene.
God, I hate him.
Absolutely hate him. He is a complete piece of shit. So, local police believe that this shooting started as a domestic dispute, which we heard Lisa say on the original call. No specific motive has been revealed. Alongside the local police, the incident and premises were investigated by the Joint Terrorism Task Force, the FBI, and the ATF, who found firearms, including 2 AR-style rifles, approximately 24 military ordnances or 40 millimeter hand grenades, loaded with explosives, tear gas, buckshot, and smoke inside the garage of the home. 2 barrels of chemicals that were found in the backyard. It does not say what kind of chemicals they were. As well as Nazi flags.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Police and Nazi uniforms.
Oh.
So, search warrant affidavits obtained by the Arizona Republic show federal agents also seized numerous computers from the home. The warrants imply that some weapons seized at the murder scene were stolen from the U.S. military.
What?
Yeah. So, big investigation.
Yeah.
By all accounts, JT was a complete piece of shit.
I've never heard of this. This is crazy.
I know. I had neither. To give a little history on him, the Gilbert Police Sergeant Bill Balafast, sorry if I butcher that name, said that police responded to the Medeiros home 5 times since 2009, and this occurred in 2012. Yeah. Most recently in February of 2012, when Lisa Medeiros called police to report that Reddy had choked her in August of 2011. Belfast said there was not enough evidence to make an arrest in that case, and no charges were filed, and it was unclear why Medeiros would have waited 6 months to make the call. We know with domestic violence, we've seen it. Like, it's not easy to reach out for help.
It's not cut and dry.
It's really not. Like, we've discussed this numerous times as to why people haven't called sooner. We've taken those calls where we're like, okay, this happened 6 months ago. What happened today? And it may just be a point that they've gotten to this point to be like, I have to get help.
It's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
It really is, because we know domestic violence will escalate.
And honestly, it's like, it's so much easier said than done. Like, we can sit here and tell, like, it would never happen to me. It could never be me until it is.
It really is.
And then,
like, we have seen people that, like, we know personally.
Yes.
That have dealt with this stuff, and we're like, we would have never thought that they would have been in that situation. And the thing is for whatever reason,
Yep.
you don't know. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Nope.
And
You never know someone.
You don't. And these situations can be very, very hard for someone to reach out for help for.
Yeah.
So we're never going to judge her for taking 6 months to report it. I don't know the specifics of the choking case as to why charges were not able to be filed.
Okay.
I know in our agency, if it doesn't have like current signs that it happened, our officers will in the very least be like, you're welcome to come speak with a magistrate and take out your own warrants.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Arizona law is different at that point or if there's some type of time frame that it has to be reported. But I know in our agency, the officer at the very least, and I have to give our officers credit, would have been like, I don't have enough evidence to take these warrants out for you, but you are more than welcome to come and speak with the magistrate and take out your own warrants based on your statement alone.
Right.
So, also, according to the Arizona Republic, a Scottsdale woman filed an order of protection against Reddy in 2009. And in 2003, a woman who lived in Madero's apartment complex accused him of stalking and spying on her.
2000 what? What was that one?
That one was in 2003.
Okay.
That a woman accused him of stalking her and spying on her. So he already has, obviously, issues with women in general.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, charges had just never been filed that would have gotten him taken out of this situation.
Just too late, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
So, to get into JT a little bit, he served in the Marine Corps.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, he was court-martialed twice during his service. The first was for absence without leave, or what we know as AWOL, resulting in demotion and 3 months imprisonment. The second court-martial resulted in a 6-month imprisonment and a bad conduct discharge from the Marine Corps.
I was going to say, surely he got dishonorably discharged
absolutely. He was discharged dishonorably in 1996. Convictions in the court-martials included theft, assault, failure to follow orders, conspiracy, wrongful solicitation, and advice. The revelation of this history caused him to be removed as the Master of Ceremonies for the Mesa, Arizona Veterans Day Parade in 2006. Why he was a candidate to begin with, I have no freaking clue. I guess they just didn't know what kind of person they were dealing with.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, if you honestly, you tell someone, oh, yeah, I was a Marine from XYZ, was discharged, like, you're not going to think twice about it.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, we want to honor,
Absolutely.
military veterans in general. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it seems like he did more bad than good during his time in the service. Yeah. So, in 2007, he was pulled over for driving a vehicle with a fake license plate. He was, at that time, carrying a 9mm Beretta handgun. He was arrested and charged for possessing a traffic preemption emitter, which is an illegal device that can change traffic lights from red to green.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I knew that, in EMS around here, we
Correct.
had, I don't know if it's opticons or something along those lines, where the ambulance has, something along that. That's crazy. I didn't know that was, a thing.
It's kind of the same situation. It's for an emergency vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the same way that he obtained military.
When you were describing it at first, before you said it, I thought you were talking about the
radar detector things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, and I had to look up what that was.
That's crazy.
So, for his quote unquote border patrol activities, where the neighbor thought he was a border patrol agent, he was a founder of something called the Minutemen Civil Defense Corps and the U.S. Border Guard. None of these are sanctioned.
This
these
just sounds like a racist piece of shit.
Absolutely. These are just little clubs that him and his little racist friends had created. They were 2 armed vigilante groups that patrolled the Arizona-Mexico border searching for illegal immigrants.
Okay.
He referred to his group as the Reddy Rangers because his last name was Reddy.
Did he spell it like that?
Yeah, Reddy Rangers. A group of armed civilians that took it upon themselves to patrol 160 miles of the U.S.-Mexico border. He actually, before all this situation, he did an online interview that I was able to go back and watch. And he is quoted in this interview as saying, "We do have a Wild West spirit out here. We have very liberal gun laws. You can own machine guns. You can legally own grenades," which, remember, they found in his home. Tanks even. "We got some terrorists coming at us with machine guns and ski masks in the middle of the desert. We are allowed to shoot him right in the face if we want him to know there's Americans standing the line." The reporter...
They can do that?
The reporter said JT wanted us to know that even though he wants to shoot drug smugglers directly in the face, he's totally into helping out the regular old illegal immigrants he finds.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
JT is quoted in this interview as saying, "We try to give the regular UDAs, which is undocumented aliens, as much respect as possible. That includes out of our own pocket, water, limes. They like limes. They like garlic and stuff like that. We try to think of their cultural stuff."
I like garlic.
That is what he said as far as respecting their cultural stuff.
Get some limes, water, and garlic.
Limes, water, and garlic. Yes, out of his own pocket.
God forbid.
So the reporter says, "Could you imagine if you were starving in a desert for a week? It was 110 degrees in the shade, and a dude found you and was like, 'Oh, don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Here's a lime.
Here's a lime and a clove of garlic because I understand your culture.'"
I respect you.
Absolutely.
Duffy is Nazi flags or whatever.
Yeah, so Duffy, who's the reporter, continues saying JT is so focused on getting his side of the story out there that he turned our border patrol into some sort of international press junket with a bunch of crews filming the Ready Rangers, quote unquote.
Oh my God.
Getting the job done. The craziest part about all of this is what JT is doing is totally legal.
Is it really?
Not only has the U.S. government not figured out how to regulate the border, they have also let guys like JT wander around the desert with some buddies and a military-grade arsenal, and that makes him feel like an American hero. At the end of the interview...
Oh, you know he's lapping that shit up, too.
Absolutely. At the end of the interview, JT Reddy says, "I'm just out here bearing assault rifles and saving lives, looking for narco-terrorists. That which doesn't kill me makes me smarter. That which doesn't kill me will make me a martyr." He thinks that he is saving the world by shooting immigrants in the face and handing others lime and garlic. He's out here doing God's work.
So the world is for sure a better place without his ass.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, man.
So in 2011, JT was caught forcibly detaining immigrants twice.
But it's legal.
I don't know if that part's legal. At the time of his
You
death...
can shoot someone in the face and throw them a line, but you can't fucking detain them or whatever?
At the time of his death, he was under investigation by the FBI, who were looking into potential domestic terrorism situation involving immigrants found shot to death in the desert.
The feds are listening to us like hell right now.
Tuck your paranoia back in.
I'm so sorry. We've said so many words. Anyways, okay. What was that last sentence? I'm so sorry. I just felt like the lights were flickering.
At the time of his death, he was under investigation by the FBI, who were looking into a potential domestic terrorism situation involving immigrants found shot to death in the desert.
So basically, they thought it was him.
Absolutely. Him or one of his quote-unquote Ready Rangers.
Yeah.
He's already said on camera, like, this was him speaking in the interview that I watched, that he's able to shoot them in the face. So he was already under investigation.
These immigrants, I'm not assuming, but I'm assuming, well, that didn't make sense, but they're not coming across the border, like, hauling ass with a fucking rifle and stuff like that. Rifle into his face, like he's just straight up like eating these motherfuckers for no reason.
So I mean,
well, no reason, but you know what I mean. We've seen film of immigrants crossing the border and stuff, and from what we've seen, it's normally like large groups, right?
And it's families that are just trying to escape whatever's going on in Mexico. Like we've heard enough about the crime and the stuff there to know that I'm not getting into the immigration policy because that's political and we won't go there. But, like, they're literally looking for a better life.
But also, the majority, and not all, again, political, I don't necessarily see Border Patrol, and even so, at that point, they have some sort of authority to, like, shoot someone in the face. I hate to say it like that, but, like, in his words, like, he is no one. He is a no one. He is a redneck with a freaking gun.
Yeah,
like, and
that's all he is, with a bunch of his little buddies. And, like, they're all dressed out like the thing. They're all, like, Tactical Tommy. They're all dressed out in their stuff that they paid for themselves.
And I love rednecks, I'm not saying that, but, I mean, that's what he is.
Absolutely.
He's not a Border Patrol agent.
Yeah, we don't love this level of redneck.
And that's a different type of redneck.
I
love a southern gentleman.
So in 2004, JT tried to make a career for himself in politics.
I imagine that.
Because why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He ran
Got
for
such a great resume.
He ran for a seat in the Arizona House of Representatives, and one of his campaign goals was to defeat the threat he claimed was posed by undocumented immigrants to American health and culture. He told a reporter that the state could improve its education system if it would, quote, deal with this mass illegal influx of foreign students who do not even embrace the same language and culture as Americans and who spread tuberculosis, whooping cough, lice, and other third world biological diseases to other children, unquote. Thankfully, he was defeated in that particular election.
Well, I'd hope so.
I should hope so as well. So he is quoted as saying, family members of mine have been involved in Southern politics for years, unquote. He wrote in one undated manifesto that was published online, both Republicans and Democrats grace the roles of the Reddy family name. The blood of statesmen and warriors and rebels flows through our veins, unquote.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, no one thought more of J.T. Reddy than himself.
Than himself, for sure.
Absolutely.
Golly.
Also in his
so self-righteous.
Also
man.
in one of these undated manifestos, not sure if it was leading up to this particular incident or if it was just part of his trying to be a martyr bullshit. Mm-hmm. He is quoted as saying he has studied radical Islam and was tortured in a quote-unquote notorious Mexican prison. There is no record that he'd ever been in Mexico, much less been tortured in any kind of prison there.
What does he look like? I'm about to look him up.
Please look him up.
I just know exactly what he looks like. And I can't
before you see him, describe him.
I can't, because then I'm going to get in trouble. I can't.
Because I also had the same image, and it fit.
I just know exactly what he looks like. J.T. Reddy.
Mm-hmm.
What is his, Arizona? Is that what I'm supposed to type
Yeah.
in? That'll do it. That's exactly.
Exactly, right?
I was so right.
Just,
oh my gosh.
Just a fat redneck. That's all he is.
Damn it. I can't. Raise hell, praise Dale. Sorry. Okay.
No, we do not raise hell, praise Dale to this idiot.
Oh gosh. Fuck him.
So there's one more thing that was mentioned on Brittany's 911 call when she was saying that he was he went to the border with his buddies.
Brittany, the daughter.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you remember the other part that she said about what he was trying to do in his career?
I don't right offhand.
So at the time of the murders, J.T. Reddy, with all we already know about him,
I mean, such a precious soul, clearly.
was a candidate for sheriff.
Yes!
In that county.
No, he wasn't.
He most certainly was.
Dead.
He was running for sheriff in that county, and he
Like
had...
as a joke?
Nope. Completely valid run. He hadn't been convicted of anything on here. Like, his military stuff was just a dishonorable discharge.
With the following? He had a following?
I'm sure he did. Just think about...
A couple rednecks?
Think about first of all, he had his whole group of Ready Rangers that I'm sure was going to vote him in. But you know that there are extremists.
Yeah.
Like, we've heard from them. We've talked to them. We've seen officers deal with them. Every crazy conspiracy theorist has a following of some sort.
It's like culty.
It's very culty.
I cannot believe... I thought, when she said that, I thought, maybe he was, applying to be, a deputy sheriff or something.
Nope. Running for head man himself.
Wow.
So at the time of the murders, he was a candidate for sheriff, and he had a website. And on this website, it says, quote, "The citizens of Pinal County are under constant threat of encountering the horrific reality of terrible violence associated with illegal immigration," end quote.
I was trying to look up how many Ready Rangers there were, but...
The YouTube video that I saw, because it was actually from a news organization that had gone out and interviewed him, there were more than you're going to want them to be.
Okay.
You would have thought that there would have been maybe 2 or 3 of his redneck buddies that were in the garage drinking beer one night.
Spitting
Was like,
deep.
hey, yeah, let's get up our AR rifles and go out to the border and patrol it ourselves.
We're talking 2030?
Yeah. There was a whole unit,
Ugh.
if you will.
Trash. Please don't come kill me, Ready Ranger.
And the thing is I'm sure he's not, his group was not the only group at all.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people in that area that are going out there and taking matters into their own hand and doing the vigilante thing, which, in addition to putting immigrants in danger, it puts actual U.S. law enforcement in danger.
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
very
out
true.
there doing their job, and you've got some redneck with a rifle over here that thinks he's Billy Badass.
Mm-hmm.
That is, one, undermining the things that we're actually trying to do legally, and two, like, what he doesn't know. What if we have undercover people there?
Very true.
Is he just shooting anyone who's not as white as he is?
And he throws him a lime.
A lime and a clove of garlic.
And
And
if you
if they,
don't throw him a bullet, like, God, like the
it's insane.
audacity, I think, that someone, and he honestly probably genuinely felt all those things about himself. Like, he felt that he was right and that he was what he was doing. Like, and that's, one, scary, but two, just sad.
He really felt like he was holding the line to protect the entire United States from a threat.
Yeah.
So, for his sheriff campaign, he said he was more than qualified to serve as sheriff.
America.
And was the unquestionable, the common sense choice for sheriff when the public needs safety and security now more than ever.
And limes and garlic.
And limes and garlic.
Sorry.
One of his promises in his sheriff's campaign included naming a street after the late George Lincoln Rockwell, who was the founder of the American Nazi Party. Nope. Racism knows no bounds.
My mouth just dropped. Like, wow.
Complete piece of shit. Like, I have never wanted to say fuck that guy harder in my life.
He is a racist, murdering baby killer.
Absolutely.
Piece of shit.
Absolutely.
So glad he is rotten so far under the ground.
Yeah.
I hope he's really hot
So,
and burning.
One of the final reports, and I had to laugh at this, it says it was reported that whenever they asked people in Pinal County, Arizona about his sheriff's campaign, they said that his chances of being elected were quote unquote laughable.
As it should be.
As it should be.
God, man.
So we still don't know what started this particular situation. Like,
I assume like a fight, maybe just like escalated.
yeah, it was definitely a domestic situation, which is what we heard on Lisa's call. That then escalated. But at the same time, like, he's under investigation for possibly killing illegal immigrants in the desert. We don't know how many innocent lives he took. Just because they crossed the border illegally, I mean, they don't deserve death penalty for that, in my personal opinion.
And he's also not the person to make those decisions.
Absolutely not.
He has no sense of anything to make those decisions.
So we know for a fact that he killed 4 people before killing himself. But we have no idea.
And a baby. Well, 3 people and a baby.
Yeah. We have no idea how many lives he actually took that were just never able to be investigated. They found a couple bodies in the desert, but I mean, how many could there have been? Because he's just out there with his group, just mowing people down.
God, man.
Complete piece of shit.
Sad. That breaks my freaking heart.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
And I understand, like, we are not near the border, so we don't deal with calls involving this type of situation, but I can't imagine getting any, like, the first call we've taken, the second call, I've never taken a triple homicide call, personally. But yeah, but it's one of those things that's bad enough, and then you get your second one, which has your worst case scenario of a potential officer down. It was not an officer. The second person, it was Reddy. That was one of the men that was down outside, and then it was the son-in-law or the boyfriend of the daughter, that the veteran that was down, and unfortunately, he fought for this country, and
wait, he died too?
Yeah.
I totally... Oh my gosh, I know you said that, but like I didn't know he died too.
Yeah. He was outside. Don't know.
I bet he tried so hard to protect that family.
He did. And the thing is like, he had been to Afghanistan. He had been to war. He had fought actual terrorism.
He was an actual, like, military.
Yeah.
Like...
And he's mowed down in the front yard of his girlfriend's parents' house by this complete piece of shit. And his daughter, because that was his daughter.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable.
The baby was his daughter?
Yeah. Yeah, so it was Lisa, and then her daughter, and then the daughter's boyfriend, which was the veteran, and then they had a child together.
Golly. I hate to say it, but like Brittany was like just
Brittany was very lucky.
very lucky.
Very lucky.
Anything about her? Like how's she doing now?
I have not read any follow-up interviews. I can't only imagine. Like, your entire family is lost in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe JT just... She said that he knew that she was there, but...
Maybe everything happened so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's completely possible that the boyfriend that was outside had interrupted something, because that's where he was whenever he died. So I don't know if he had shot him first on the way into the house. Mm-hmm. It sounds like that he was with Lisa first, because on the first call you hear those shots fired.
Right. But who knows how close she was to everybody else.
Yeah. So it's completely possible that the veteran that was outside may have distracted him or gotten him outside, and that's the reason Brittany was alive to make that 911 call.
That's so sad.
Completely terrible situation, and I hope he burns in hell for all eternity.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
No one deserves it more.
No remorse. I feel so bad for that entire family, though, except for him.
The anger whenever I heard these calls.
Yeah.
So fucking angry.
I hate him.
Yeah.
He's awful. Fuck him. That's what 90% of our podcast is.
Absolutely.
End with me saying, fuck him.
I mean, but no one deserves it more than him.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And to the rest of the Ready Rangers, I really hope they have found new hobbies in life, because
Me
that's completely
too.
bullshit.
And don't come kill us.
Alright, so that's the story of the Nazi JT Reddy and his precious victims.
Trash.
Complete trash. So, we hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode of Nefarious, and we look forward to you joining us next time with our next case.
Okay, love you. Bye.